So, religious freedom has been a discussion of topic for many years, even though it's not really something you hear on the news a lot. But it does come up with such things as ISIS. Now, many countries believe that banning religion would solve the world's problems. Don't worry, I won't be talking about ISIS because I'm sure that you're done hearing about it, and everything that I would have to say, you probably have already heard. Religious freedom is something that we, in the US, can easily take for granted. There are some places in the world that ban certain religious practices, and some even are put in jail for their religious beliefs. And this makes people fear to show their true religious beliefs. One example of banning certain religious practices happened in France. In 2004, France banned religious symbols from public schools. Also, in 2011, they banned face coverings in public places. Now, for many years, religious freedom in France was protected by legislation. It actually was included in some of the fundamental documents of France, including the 1789 Declaration of Rights of Man and the Citizen. Yet France still wants to have and maintain a republic political model. They have done this by creating new laws, such as banning religious symbols in school and banning face coverings in public places, that restrict certain minorities so they have to comply with certain forms of public behavior. So, all in all, France has twisted their laws of freedom of religion to create a specific image of France and its government. But you would never really know this unless you really thought about it. So how do we really know if this isn't going on in our government? Here in the US, we have what's called the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, or the RFRA. The RFRA is a law that mandates that the religious freedom of an individual can only be limited if there is a compelling government interest. So basically, this means that the government can't restrict someone's religious freedom unless they have good reasoning behind it. This law was passed by Congress in 1993, and it was meant to be applied on a federal, state, and local level. But now it only applies on a federal level, and there's only 21 states to date that have created their own RFRA laws. State-level legislations have been created that are really challenging to the limited role of government in the protection or facilitation of religion. These legislations also seem to be allowing greater religious expressions in public institutions. The laws concerning religion have changed in type and also increased in numbers. It seems like the church-state separation is being left behind. In total, there have been 87 laws passed that test the limits of the legal system regarding church and state separation. It's even possible that these laws are passed because the states are intentionally seeking to create a new regime of church and state interaction. There really isn't that much difference between France's religious freedom laws and the United States' religious freedom laws. Both governments believe that religious freedom is an important aspect of the government. They also believe that the church and state separation is important, but there are also differences. The laws that ban religious symbols in schools and that ban face coverings in public places in France apply to the country as a whole. In the United States, the laws referring to specific parts of religious freedom differ from state to state. And we also have the RFRA, which is applied at a federal level, and different forms of it that were created by and applied to specific states. So our world is changing a lot. The issue of religious freedom can really go any way. Religion could be completely banned, the church and state separation may become a thing of the past, or the government of any country can twist its current laws so the country has a specific image. All we know is that we can't depend on the fact that the laws will always stay the same, because what I just discussed proves that the laws we have now and the relationship between the government and religion are rapidly changing.